You're watching Big Brain Energy.
We know that petrol has inelastic demand, and so does rent. But is one more inelastic than the other? How can we know? Well, we can find this out by calculating price elasticity of demand. By the end of this video, you'll be an expert in how exactly to do that. This is the second video in our Elasticity of Demand series. If you haven't already, check out the first video, where we introduce the topic inelastic and elastic demand. This series will show you everything you need to know for the elasticity topic within NCEA AS91401 3.3, demonstrate understanding of microeconomic concepts. Let's crack into it. Price elasticity of demand, or PED, measures the responsiveness of quantity demanded to a change in price. It tells us if the price of something changes, how much will the quantity decrease by? To figure this out, we simply use a formula. There are two main formulae, but check in with your teacher to make sure you use the one they want you to use. The first method is called the percentage change method. The formula is PED equals the percentage change in quantity over or divided by the percentage change in price. For example, the price of Duolingo Plus increases by 10%. This results in consumers decreasing their demand by 20%. What is the elasticity of Duolingo Plus? Well, we simply just plug the values into the formula. PED equals the percentage change in quantity, which is 20, over the percentage change in price, which is 10. 20 over 10 equals 2, so Duolingo Plus has a price elasticity of 2. The only thing to be aware of here is make sure you don't put the percentage symbols in your calculator. It's not 20% over 10%, it's just 20 over 10. Great, so that's all good and well, but what on earth does an elasticity of 2 actually mean? Well, once you've figured out the number, if the answer is between 0 and 1, it means it has inelastic demand. If the answer is exactly 1, this means it has unitary demand. Or if the answer is more than 1, this means it has elastic demand. Again, if it's between 0 and 1, it has inelastic demand. If the answer is exactly 1, it has unitary demand. Or if the answer is more than 1, it has elastic demand. One important trick here is that you need to ignore any negative signs in your calculations. Basically, the answer is always going to be negative, so we simply just ignore any negative signs, looking at just the absolute value. Looking back at our question, we can see that Duolingo Plus's elasticity of 2 is greater than 1, meaning that Duolingo Plus has elastic demand. That's the percentage change method. The other most common way to calculate price elasticity is using what we call the midpoint method. Now, fair warning, this formula looks pretty scary. Don't worry though, we'll do a few examples at the end of this video to help it stick in your brain. The midpoint method says that price elasticity of demand equals Q2 minus Q1, which means the new quantity minus the old quantity, over Q1 plus Q2 divided by 2. This bottom half of the fraction is just how we calculate the average quantity. The brackets around it means that you solve that bottom half of the fraction first. And then, this is where it gets scary, we take all of that and we divide it by the same thing but for price. So we go the new price, P2, minus the old price, P1, over the average price, which is P1 plus P2 divided by 2. And that's it. I promise there's no more fractions on top of fractions on top of fractions. Right, let's look at an example. The price of Duolingo Plus increases by $20 to $25. This results in Plus users decreasing from 1,000 users to 700. What is the elasticity of Duolingo Plus? Alright, the new quantity, Q2, is 700, minus the old quantity, Q1, which is 1,000. Put that over Q1, 1,000, plus Q2, 700, divided by 2. Now we divide all this by the same thing for the price change. The new price, P2, is 25, minus the old price, P1, is 20, divided by P1, 20, plus P2, 25, over 2. There we go, no more numbers. The top half of the fraction simplifies to negative 0.35, and the bottom half simplifies to 0.22. And 0.35 divided by 0.22 is 1.59. Remember that we ignore the negatives. Going back to our rules for how we interpret the answer, 1.59 is greater than 1, so Duolingo Plus has elastic demand. Whew, that was a lot of numbers, but don't worry, that's all the tricky information. To interpret the answer to the calculation in words, you follow this wording. A 1% increase in the price of whatever you're talking about, in this case Duolingo Plus, results in a 1.59%, or whatever number you calculate, decrease in the quantity demanded. Alright, that's everything you need to know for this topic. Here's a summary. We have two common methods here to calculate price elasticity of demand: the percentage change method and the midpoint method. If your test is closed book, you will need to memorize these two formulae. I recommend using flashcards to help. The answer that you get when you use these calculations tells you how elastic the item is. If the answer is between 0 and 1, it has inelastic demand. If the answer is exactly 1, it has unitary demand. Or if the answer is more than 1, it has elastic demand. Remember that you just ignore any negative signs when doing your calculations. To interpret the answer, we say that a 1% increase in the price of whatever you're talking about results in a X%, whatever the answer to the calculation is, decrease in quantity demanded. Alright, let's put this all into practice with some exercises. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to think. Which of these elasticities would we classify as inelastic? 2.3, 0.21, or negative 1.6? The answer is 0.21 because it is between 0 and 1. Which of these elasticities would we classify as elastic? Negative 6.5, 0.13, or negative 0.7? The answer is negative 6.5 because it's more than 1, ignoring the negative. Calculate the elasticity of demand for rubber duckies if the quantity increases by 30% in response to a 10% decrease in price. Determine if it has elastic or inelastic demand. Here the question gives us percentages, so we use the percentage change method, where the price elasticity of demand equals a percentage change in quantity over the percentage change in price. In this case, the percentage change in quantity is 30, and the percentage change in price is 10. 30 divided by 10 is 3, which is greater than 1, so rubber duckies have elastic demand. Calculate the elasticity of demand for Ubers in Wellington if the quantity demanded increases by 15% in response to a 20% decrease in price. Determine if it has elastic or inelastic demand. The percentage change in quantity is 15. The percentage change in price is 20. So, price elasticity of demand is 15 divided by 20, which equals 0.75. This is between 0 and 1, so Ubers in Wellington have inelastic demand. Calculate the elasticity of demand for energy drinks if the quantity demanded decreases from 1,000 units to 800 units in response to a price increase from $2 to $2.50. Determine if it has elastic or inelastic demand. Now we are given whole numbers, so we have to use the midpoint method. The new quantity minus the old quantity is 800 minus 1,000 over Q1 plus Q2, which is 1,000 plus 800, divided by 2. All of this over the new price minus the old price, which is 250 minus 2, over P1 plus P2, which is 2 plus 250, divided by 2. The top half simplifies to negative 0.22. The bottom half simplifies to 0.22. 0.22 over 0.22 equals 1. So the demand for energy drinks is unitary, or unit elastic. Calculate the elasticity of demand for Hail Mary movie tickets if the quantity demanded increases from 300 tickets to 400 tickets in response to a price decrease from $50 to $40. Determine if it has elastic or inelastic demand. Q2 minus Q1 is 400 minus 300. Q1 plus Q2 is 300 plus 400 over 2. P2 minus P1 is 40 minus 50 over 50 plus 40 over 2. The top half simplifies to 0.29, and the bottom half simplifies to negative 0.22. 0.29 divided by 0.22 is 1.32. So, because this is greater than 1, the demand for Hail Mary movie tickets is elastic. Whew, so it was a lot of calculating. This was the second video in our Elasticity of Demand series. Next, we will be looking at how to calculate cross-price elasticity of demand, which is the elasticity of one good in terms of the other. We also cover substitutes and complements. If you would like more practice questions and answers, head to www.bigbrainenergy.co.nz. If you have any questions about what we've covered today, let us know in the comments below and we'll reply to you. You can also let us know what topics you'd like us to cover next. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more Big Brain Energy.